Hello traders, welcome back to another market analysis video, another market analysis recap, and it was a pretty interesting week in the market. If you watched that midweek video, we talked about the after hours price action that SPY had. Let me change this drawing set. That came down to the important levels that I had talked about, to that weekly trendline retest. Came all the way back, and I mentioned in that video, if we saw the market start to recapture those levels I had posted in the morning, and we recaptured a lot of them, we opened pretty high, and we obviously went bullish again. The ES, I told you guys that there was one level to keep an eye on here. It was this 3254.5. Now I want you to look at this candle. It starts at 6 a.m., half hour before the market opens, closed at 10 a.m. In the middle of the day. Look at what happened. Once we closed over that level, we just started grinding higher. Now, let's go back to the SPY, and let's just take a look with a simple mindset. What is happening currently? Obviously, we're in a very extended uptrend. Obviously, the market can keep going for a lot longer than people think it can. It's not good to just call tops. Just wait for it to come, right? If you're not comfortable going long and you want to wait for a pullback, that is very understandable. Then you might just want to sit on your hands, because I still don't think it's a good time to go short. Now, we're going to talk about some potential possibilities for the market in the coming week or two, what we should be looking for if the market is going to have a larger size pullback, or was that after hours action the pullback, and are we just going to keep grinding higher? So, first of all, this zone, this rectangle, basically what we get out of this is that the market ran up here on this day, rejected away a couple of days, ran up again. This is the top of the zone, rejected again, ran up again, little over the top of the zone, rejected, closed inside the zone. So I'm using this zone as the nearest important support on the SPY right now. So as you can see, that also marks up with these trend lines. All right, we have a bit of a wedgish pattern that we broke up out of, and you can see, look at that support, close over, support, support. Now we're well above both of them again. So that's a positive sign for now. But that would be a perfect spot where the market can either bounce and continue this crazy uptrend, or do we break below that and close daily below that? Has to close daily. That would give us the signal to start moving down to at least 320.36. Maybe continue further, maybe not. We have to see that in real time, and we have to see how the market reacts at those levels. But if we are to get a break, these are the levels I want you to watch. This zone, personally, I'm buying the market at this zone. I don't think we're done yet. That's my opinion. 330 is not far away. I think we're going to make a run for 330. I think, guys, there's too many sectors, and I'm going to go over all the sectors in this video very quickly. But I want you guys to notice when I pull up these sectors, how many of them are breaking out long term. They're breaking out of long-term flags, long-term trend lines, long-term resistances. There's very few sectors that are not breaking out big long-term. So any pullbacks, I believe, are still going to be bought. Like I said, the largest pullback I see possible at the moment is to 314.10. I'm going to keep that on my chart until price comes down to there, because it will be important. For now, keep an eye on the zone, those trend lines. It will be very important if we come down to that area this week. And in that zone, you just want to be watching intermediate term time frames like hourly, 2 hour, 4 hour, and see if we get any reversal signals in that zone. Okay. The market finished obviously a bit poor today. We did come down at the end, as you can see here. They had the chance though to create a bearish engulfing candle, and the market rallied back at the end of the day and finished up, and that's noted. And you can see we also have this open gap here. So if we do come down Monday morning and we fill that gap, that's a great level to watch, is that gap. Are we starting to close under that gap? Are we bouncing off of that gap and reclaiming these lows? That's a good sign to watch. Now, really quick, I want to go over ES and give a bear case, because there is always a bear case. We have to always be on the lookout when the market's this extended. We have a bit of a megaphone-ish type pattern here. Now, again, I always say price levels are more important, and right now, what are we over? The all-important price level of 3254.5. Until we're back below that, honestly, until we're back below 3234, because that is our breakup candle low. Really, until we're back below that, we're fine. But I found it interesting that we do have this megaphone widening top and widening bottoms type pattern. And the market tried to break up, and look at that support. Look at that support. We break down and we sell off and finish the day a bit poor. Now, we haven't broken any support yet, so I'm not going to look too much into it. But be aware that this market could potentially sell off back down to the bottom of this. Personally, I don't really think that's going to happen. But as you can see, the SPY is close to important trend lines, important support. And if they do start breaking, look for this to potentially come down and retest these after hours lows that it made, maybe even a bit lower. We don't know. We have to wait and see, is SPY breaking down? Are other indices breaking down? Okay. Let's move on to the sectors, the indices that we look at real quick. Let's start with the SMH. The SMH is the semiconductor proxy, your AMDs, your NVIDIAs. This is still a mess. It's been a mess. I'm not really going to add anything here. 140 is the level we need to keep holding. It is struggling with the highs. It's a complete mess of a chart. It's complete chop. I'm just going to go ahead and say that as long as we're above 140, this remains in an uptrend. And as you can see, there's a trend line there. If we break that, it can come down rather quickly to the gray zone. Okay. XLF, is this telling us anything? Financials. Not really. Still hovering below the all-time highs and above the trend line breakout. There's nothing wrong here. There's nothing right here. It's completely sideways. It's not really telling us anything. Friday, it closed below the gap right here. I'd say that is a negative. But once again, the overall position of the XLF, I can't really say that this is a negative chart at the moment. It doesn't really become negative until we at least break this breakup candle low and reclaim this trend line. Can that happen? Of course. So that's things to watch. But right now, there's nothing negative. We're simply going sideways underneath the all-time highs, which is usually a sign that a market wants to push through those highs. So we have a lot of month left. We want a monthly close over those highs. So we'll keep an eye on them. But for now, it's sideways. It's bullish until those levels are potentially reclaimed on the downside. It's going to go higher. Okay, let's go to the IWM, the small caps. Again, these are risky stocks. Small caps, when they're doing well, the market is not going to go down, right? They're a market leader. So when we see the IWM has been on a breakout, called this breakout, I said the IWM was probably going to go test the highs. What are we doing now? We're in a bullish pullback. This is what's called a bullish pullback. You get some red candles, but look at all the bottom wicks. Look at the support here holding well, right? So we're in a bit of a just bullish pullback. And when that down, if you go to a smaller time frame, maybe an hour, if I can click on it, and right, you maybe draw a trend line in here. Let's get one. There's the trend line as of right now. You get a break of that trend line, that's your bullish pullback breaking out. And that means we're going to go higher as expected. I'm expecting to reach 168.50, and which also coincides with this this rising trend line. So that's what we're looking for. Okay. On the downside, I've given you guys these supports. There's too much support. There's just too much support. Any dip, it's going to be bought. Not that we can't get downside, but it's just not going to be long lasting, in my opinion. Not yet. Okay, the market's just looking too strong. DJT, the transportation stocks are looking pretty good. We still haven't closed over the red zone, and I gave you guys these two price levels, and I said as long as we're in between those, it's going to be a hell of a lot of chop. We also noted that the DJT could not make new highs. It did make a higher high this week, so that's of note. We have a general area here that was very hard to get through, and now we're kind of over it. Can we hold in the middle of this red zone now? That would be a positive, and then push through this level here. That will be the bullish tell for this week. At least one bullish tell. If the DJT can close daily over this level, I think it's going back to the highs, back to this trend line. Okay, I don't know if it's going to break out of that trend line, but we close over that level, there's a high chance we revisit the top of that trend line. On the flip side, we remain broken out of this bullish pullback, so I really favor the upside. But something happens, some piece of news comes out and the market's dropping. We're again looking for this level here, 10.791. That breaks on the downside, especially reclaiming this trend line, not good. We're going to these lows, we may go down to this trend line. That's as far away I don't expect it at all, but just in case. Okay. So yeah, that's it. Really quickly now, I'm going to run through each sector of the market. I just want to give you guys a visual of what each sector is doing, which sectors are the strongest, and just hopefully you guys realize why there's no way in hell that the market's just going to come crashing down anytime soon, right? The market can see pullbacks. Pullbacks happen fast, yes, but it won't last long, I'm telling you. So let's look real quick here. XLB is the first one, materials. These are not looking great, right? They have a lot of highs get over here. It's rising, ascending trend line pattern. These don't look great. Materials don't really carry the market, so I'm not worried about that, okay? XLI industrials, these are looking very good. Let's go to a longer term chart. This is a resistance level from January 2018. We've been testing this resistance level for 2 years. 2 years. This level right here for the last 2 years. Something like that, okay? Look what we've been doing the last 2 months. We've been bull flagging over that level. What does that tell me? The industrials are going much, much higher very soon. If you're an investor, this is what I'd be investing in. This is for sure what I'd be investing in at the moment. Industrials. So hopefully you can see industrials are not going down anytime soon. Let's move on. Xlf Financials, we already covered those. Xle, energy. These are an interesting one. Energy has been on quite the downtrend, and it's really, really trying to form a bottom. Now, this zone that I've drawn here is taken from a monthly chart, and it's essentially this breakdown candle high mixed with this monthly gap that has not been able to get closed over yet. So that's our zone. That is our zone that tells us energy is going higher. if we can get over that zone. And why I think it might go higher, look at this trend break and retest. We're holding the uptrend lows. I'm looking at energy to push up. It doesn't have to, but where we are on the chart, the trend break, holding the lows with a nice reversal candle here, it has potential. So if energy can finally get over this 62 to 63 zone and really hold up here, like it did back here, it failed. If it can do that again, I don't think it's going to fail again. I think we're going to revisit some higher pivots up here. Okay, so XLE doesn't really carry the market either. It's not a huge component, but it's looking like it can possibly reverse here. So keep an eye on XLE this week. I'm going to be giving some XLE stocks in my Stock Talk video on Sunday to look for. XLY, consumer discretionary. This is a 6, 7, 8 month symmetrical triangle, or even ascending triangle. It's a bit ascending, and that's broken out. So do you think that a consolidation pattern that has taken place for 8+ months is just going to drop out of thin air after breaking out? I don't think so. And can it pull back? Of course it can. But when you see a consolidation pattern break out back here, does it go down? No. When this consolidation pattern breaks out, does it go down? No. When this multi-month consolidation pattern breaks out, does it go down? No. Right? It doesn't go down. At least not long term. So do you think this is going to go very far down? Probably not. Probably not for many months. Okay? XLK, technology, IT. This one's insane. I mean, we all know. Technology has been ridiculous. It's broken every trend line I have. There's nothing we can do, right? If you're in it, hold it. If you're not in it, sit and watch, play shorter term breakouts. But I mean, this is it's pretty insane, honestly. Hopefully your retirement accounts are doing well with tech. But yeah, there's nothing we can do here, right? Until we come down and recapture, re-break this trend line, there's nothing wrong here, right? It's just a very, very strong uptrend. XLC Communication Services, these just broke out. These just broke out, right? Look at that breakout. Okay. See this level here? See how long we fought that for? See how long we couldn't break this 51 to 52 level for? Right? This is July 2018. So that's 18 months, right? And about a month and a half ago, we broke that level. We've now broken an ascending trend line, and we have had a massive breakup candle on the weekly. Do you think communication stocks are going to go down anytime soon? The answer is no. The communication stocks will be going up for many months to come. So another reason communication stocks are a big part of the market, and the market's not just going to go to shit if this many sectors are breaking out. Okay. Real estate. Real estate's interesting. It's real estate can be very choppy, very strange movements, but essentially it's a bullish pullback at the moment. This one doesn't really carry the market all that much. It tends to move kind of on its own, so I'm not really going to go over that one. Xlv Healthcare is quite a big part of the market, and this one's been on a massive breakout, right? We have a big zone here that we couldn't get through for, what is this, February 2018. We tried and tried and tried and tried, and what is this? This is a breakout. We've closed monthly over. We're breaking trend lines, right? Now this is extended, right? I don't know how long this is going to go. This can easily pull back quite a bit. But look at this 2-year zone resistance that we have. Is this likely going to go down very far anytime soon? No, it's not. Okay. XLP consumer staples. This one could potentially. This one's interesting. This one's been in a rising channel for quite a while. It's bullish until it's not. If this breaks down, that can be rather bearish. That can come down quickly. This is one to keep an eye on. But do we bounce up, make higher highs, revisit? I mean, this thing can also just fly right now, right? I do find it interesting that we didn't reach the top of the channel this time, and we came down. That's rather weak. So this is one to keep an eye on, XLP. Lastly, XLU utilities. Utilities are looking okay. They're looking to potentially break out. But again, what really carries this is consumer stocks, financials, and tech. That's what really carries the market. And all of those are breaking out big time, guys. So that's going to wrap up the video. I hope you guys can see why the market would never drop big anytime soon. And hopefully my levels will help you this week. Take note of all these SPY levels. Draw these trend lines out, okay? These are really going to help you. Draw this zone. These will really help you in this week's trading, guys. So I'll be back Sunday with my Sunday stock talk. I'm going to have a lot of good picks for you guys this week. You know, I don't know off the top of my head, but last week's Sunday stock talk, man, I played a lot of them this week, and I think there was like one losing setup. There's a few still in play, and I mean I think I've already had like 9 or 10 winners off of that list that I gave you guys. So if you guys want great setups to play for this week, please come and watch that Sunday stock talk. And I'm also going to break down any that you guys want as well. As more and more people start to watch it, hopefully we'll get more suggestions. But yeah, don't miss that. All right, so go ahead and like and subscribe if you're not, and I'll see you guys in the next one, okay? Thanks for watching.